You gonna be all right?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's the virus. Now, what do we know about the virus? First things first. We understood about the bacteria, right? So, let's put this up. Bacteria and virus. We said that bacteria was a cell that moved and it was alive, right?
Yeah.
So, bacteria is alive. And the virus?
No.
No. I didn't say it was dead. I just said that it's not alive. What else did I tell you about a virus? And actually, you can see it on this picture.
That it carries messages.
It's small. It's small.
Smaller than
How much smaller?
1,000.
1,000
1,000,
times.
yeah.
Exactly. 1,000 times smaller than bacteria. And you know what? We know that bacteria reproduces, and viruses do something called replication. So bacteria reproduce, while viruses replicate. Remember what I told you? I put it up on Facebook, and I spread my message around.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be hateful, or I want to say, oh, I love that person, and everybody should know. Put it on Facebook and YouTube. Everybody does it now. It's insane. But you know what? Bacteria reproduces by itself, and the virus replicates. And you know who replicates it? The nucleus. So the cell itself destroys itself and sends this destructive message to other cells. Okay? Now, in the book and on the test, reproduction for cells is called binary fission. I hope I spelled the word fission correctly. It's either one S or two S's. We'll look it up later. You know what? I'll look it up now. I don't want to let the mistake go. Let's see, is this here? Is this here?
Okay.
Two S's?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Page 69.
I was looking like a lazy guy in the back. Okay, so binary fission. So reproduction is called binary fission. So these are the basic things you need to know about bacteria and viruses. Viruses are dead, well, not alive, while bacteria are. Viruses are about 1,000 times smaller than bacteria. Bacteria is a cell that moves and it's alive, okay, and it reproduces, and reproduction is called binary fission, while viruses replicate.
And virus, you can see it's not like bacteria.
They're tiny.
Oh.
There are means to know what they look like. We've discovered them, but that's with the use of electronic microscopes and so on and so forth. But no, they're 1,000 times smaller than bacteria, and bacteria is microscopic.
Yeah.
I mean, big time. All right, make sense?
Yeah.
One more thing I want to mention to you quickly. Any questions about this? So far, so good? Pretty easy stuff, huh?
I hope so.
No, it is what it is. It doesn't get much more complicated than that. I mean, it does, but not for us. Spores. A spore is a bacteria with a protective shell around it. You know, it's like comparing a lizard to a turtle, right? Turtle is nothing more than a lizard with a big shell around it. Make sense? So they do the same thing as bacteria, but it's just more difficult to kill. Make sense? Fungi, it's from a mushroom family. That's exactly what it is if you speak Italian, of course. Yeah, fungi.
Fungi.
It's mushrooms. So if you want to go to an Italian into an Italian restaurant and order pasta with, pasta con fungi, it's a macaroni with fungus, right? We don't have to know too much about this, but one last thing we should know about is something called prion. Prion, they don't exactly know what it is, but it causes a disease known as CJD, also known as Creutzfeldt Jacob disease. Since it was discovered by a German and a French scientist, Jacob is really pronounced Jakub. But it's okay. For the purpose of the exam, it's the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. There's no need for the pronunciation over there. CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, which is a central degenerative central nervous system disorder. In other words, it rots the brain and the spinal cord. Eats it alive.
And what happens to the person? Do they die?
Dead meat, but in a very bad way.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You can only get it from the central spinal fluid.
Oh, it goes in the spinal fluid?
It lives. It doesn't live anyplace else. Lives in the spinal fluid.
Oh, my goodness.
Only place it lives. If it comes out of spinal fluid, it's not there. So you have to take great care about working with instruments used during in neurology. Not that you don't take great care, period. But it is what it is. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.